up, bitch, get up. Get up, get up.
Nighthouse is a new movie directed by David Bruckner, and this film stars Rebecca Hall as the main character, and this is a one-woman show. In this movie, The Nighthouse is all about a widow who begins to uncover her recently deceased husband's disturbing secrets of his past. And we have the movie The Nighthouse. Talking about the pros in this movie, going into the screening, I had no clue what I was getting myself into. I haven't seen any trailers. And going into this movie, we followed this character who basically found out that her husband committed suicide. Throughout the movie, there are some haunting imagery that's going on, like things are moving by itself, you know, radio is turning on by itself, like she's hearing these weird kind of voices, and then she's sort of going through like hallucinations and other scenes. And I want to talk about the performance of Rebecca Hall. Like Rebecca Hall the movie focused primarily on her, and the whole entire movie focuses in one location, her house. The Nighthouse. As our character is traversing through each room, trying to figure out what is going on within each scene, you get this weird sense of eeriness revolving around her character. Like there is some haunting, some haunting noises and some jump scares that can get you going and get your anxiety and blood pumping. Rebecca Hall gave out a haunting, traumatic performance. You can understand her character is grieving. You can understand her character is going through a lot of emotions. You know, she feels alone. She's trying to understand why her husband committed suicide. But as the movie progresses, we learn more haunting secrets revolving around her husband, and then she finds out more haunting secrets that to the point where she almost loses her sanity. And then the audience is kind of like questioning her perception of reality, as if, is she like hallucinating these things? Or is this things really happening? Is there really a ghost or some kind within the house? Or is she just hallucinating? And then her character goes into descent of madness. And then you have this anxiety just building up within you. And I gotta tell you that the directing style from David Bruckner was similar to Hereditary in some way, because of the way certain jump scares happen. Yes, there are some jump scares that got me. Well, there's probably 4 jump scares total in this movie, but there was a couple of jump scares that got me. I mean, it did a good job getting me. Every single room that our character goes through, you're expecting the jump scare to happen, but the jump scare doesn't really happen. And then you get this anxiety that's building in within yourself, but you're kind of asking yourself, or you're trying to tell yourself, I'm prepared for the jump scare. I'm prepared for it. Give it to me now. But then it doesn't really happen in the scene, and then So this film was fun, especially when it comes to some of the haunting imagery that you see, and it definitely brings a heightened excitement or adrenaline and anxiety when you're watching this movie. And I would say that the directing style is similar to Hereditary, because in Hereditary, Ari Aster was the director of that movie, and what he did, he used a lot of subtlety when it comes to the horror elements. And for this movie, there's moments of subtlety, and then there's a huge jump scare like that, super loud, and it can startle you. And also, this movie is an anxiety-inducing film that I enjoy from start to finish. And I have to say that the performance from Rebecca Hall definitely delivered top notch. In this film, there are particular plot points revolving around her husband that we soon get a discovery, and that leads into some of the cons in this movie. Well, as for the cons, there's 2 aspects to the cons. One from a moviegoer experience and one from a casual audience. Now, when I went to the screening for this movie, the casual audience left the screening a little bit confused in some moments, because when did we get a reveal of what exactly is haunting our main character, there is the film doesn't really develop or give much of a backstory of what this thing is, and that could alienate some of the casual audience members, to making them a little bit confused of not knowing exactly what the film was trying to relay on screen. But I believe in this movie, this is up for the audience interpretation, but the film does a dull job of trying to explain what exactly is this thing. And the film does have like a little bit scenes of exposition, but yet the exposition doesn't really help towards what you're trying to figure out at the main ending. Yeah, I would say it's a little bit convoluted and a little bit confusing for the casual audience members. Now, for me, I understood, well, it's up for the audience interpretation. I understood what messages the film was trying to relay revolving around Rebecca Hall's character and what she is going throughout this movie. Most people are not going to get it. So I would say that that primarily for me, that is not much of a flaw. But for casual members, they will consider that a flaw. This movie is subjective, and this movie can definitely get the people talking, and you can have your own theories and your own interpretation into the film. And another thing I had to point out was a few character choices that I didn't really agree with in the third act. Like, she made a certain character decision that I didn't really agree with. But I enjoyed this movie. This movie was directed well from David Bruckner. He did a good job on some of the jump scares, and also he did a really good job with the slow building leading up to the jump scares. Like it gets your blood pumping, it gets you anxiety to go up. It is an anxiety-inducing film that I really enjoyed. That's my review of The Nighthouse. Have you seen The Nighthouse? What are your thoughts? Comment below and let's talk about it, and I'll see you guys in my next review. If you like everything you see and you agree, subscribe to my channel, join me in the Batman family. I have more Batman-tastic reviews in the way. You have been warned. Till then, ciao.
Get up, and then they got go up. Time to wake up, bitch, get up.